Hey guys, it's Amanda. So for my final video, hard to believe I'm saying that, I kind of just wanted to do a wrap up, discuss some of the transitions that I've gone through and some of the lessons that I've learned from being on site. I guess I kind of went in with the preconceived notion that I want to do field work in people's homes and in communities and kind of outside of your standard office therapy hour. I have kind of grown in my understanding about what outpatient treatment is all about. I see it as a more dynamic, in-depth, thorough, individualized, multi-theoretical entity now. And before I kind of just saw it as, yeah, they meet for a week and check in. So it's kind of broadened my horizons on, maybe someday I will do some outpatient counseling. And so that's kind of my first takeaway is that it's kind of challenged some of the preconceived notions that I had going into it. I think my second takeaway is the fact that I decided to do something different from the population that I work with. My internship has allowed me to do some school-based counseling and also some more work with adults. One of the roles that I stepped into the past 16 weeks even more so has been in a co-facilitator of a group role. Some of you have had that role as well, and I think I've really enjoyed getting back to my roots of teaching and supporting and partnering with people. And so one thing that I wanted to mention is as our concluding activity, it happens to coincide in the group curriculum, they're working on feelings right now, with the week of sadness. And so instead of talking from the viewpoint of sadness as like a negative thing, what we're going to do is we're going to make comfort items on Thursday on site that the group participants can bring home with them to help them feel better when they are sad. We've brought a new co-facilitator into the mix who will be there when I leave. And she's brought this idea of doing sand art as one of the comfort item options. And I think it's really cool. I think it'll allow me to kind of wrap up some of the processing and some of the transition that I've done with the group about my own ending. I will say that they took it particularly hard in the beginning, primarily because my field instructor was a co-facilitator and she left, and there's been so many agency changes that group has had to cope with a lot of loss, and they've been really resilient in doing that. But part of my sadness this week is leaving them behind and, kind of not getting that follow-up piece. In my pay position, I was training a new staff today, and it helped me see that, we have feelings too at the end of the day, and it's okay to feel certain ways about transitions and endings. And the new staff I was training said the hardest part for her will be not knowing that follow-up. And in the work that I do, we don't always get to see those gains. We may see these kids down the road in the community or something, but we don't have that connection. It basically is severed when we're done our services. And so in some ways the end of my internship feels like a severing to me. I know that's kind of harsh, but it really does. But I know that I have connections there. I know that the CEO is very impressed with the work I've done and has offered me a job there if that's something I want to consider in the future. And so my third takeaway is the connections that I've made to other providers in the field and how they've enriched my learning experience. And I know that I can go to them if I have questions, comments, concerns, or just need support or have general questions in the field. They've really become a support system for me. So those are my three big takeaways. And at the end of this video, I just wanted to share a transition that I'm coming up upon. At the end of my internship, I evaluated everything, and I evaluated the new rural social work grant program that I'm going into at UNE. And I'm taking classes at UMPI. That's why I said that. They're doing the ITV from there. But anyway, so I'm doing the rural social work grant program at UNE, and I think I need some more self-care time. So the middle of September, and my employer knows this, I'm actually leaving my paid employer, and I'm going to be doing some respite work with high needs special needs children in my local area on a full-time basis. and I'm going to be doing some babysitting for a friend who's going back to college. And I'll still be, doing social work and my respite work, but it'll give me more time with my family, more time with my son, and the flexibility that I need to get through these adventure classes. So, I was going to go with the traditional how do you feel about your ending question. But what I want to ask you guys is if you could narrow it down, what are the big takeaways from your internship experience? What have you learned and what has impacted your future practice? So I will see you guys in class.